This is what pure neglect looks like. Look at this. This is not a powder coat BDS failure. This is purely neglect. We might be buying control arms. I don't know how to fix that. What a pile of shit.
There are 3 steps that you need to take to officially get you to that dream truck you've been working hard for. Because, let's be honest.
Probably noticed that your lifted truck on 35s is just like every other lifted truck on 35s. What can you do to make it stand out and actually grab attention? Good news, that's what we're doing in this video. And we're doing all of it with this truck. So we built this 2021 Silverado 1500 4 years ago. It's got a basic BDS 6-inch lift on it, some 22x12s and 35s. Now, we've done a few things along the way. We've added bumpers, all of the lighting. It's kind of pedestrian traffic at this point. It's 2026 now.
So we're going to completely change this truck into something that actually stands out. We gathered our greatest minds and argued. Decided what color the truck should be, how tall we should go. Is it too tall? Do we really want that wide of wheels? One of the longest phases started, and eventually we figured it out, which is good because in 1 week we have to be at the Enthusiast Showcase. So it's off the whiteboard, starting with step 1.
We broke it down into 3 easy steps. Obviously, we'll start with step 1. Be seen. Your truck's already lifted, it's already got some accessories, but nobody's looking at it, or maybe you can't see. Lighting is gonna solve that. With our Silverado, for example, we've got the new front bumper with the 30-inch light bar, the cubes as fog lights, rock light kit, wheel light kit, the steps light up, the door handles light up, aftermarket tail lights, and we even added some rough country lights into the grille. In our example, that's already done. Bright colors. Any color underneath the truck is going to amplify it and draw your eye underneath there. Look at the red truck we just did. Yes, it matches the body color, but that truck draws your eye. Suspension's red, the truck is red. This example, our lift kit's already done. What we can do is wrap it bright green.
It may not be everyone's first choice of color to pick, but we knew this Diet Dew green wrap job would take our built truck to that next level. So before we even started putting our parts on and getting into steps 2 and 3, we sent it to FX Window Tinting and Wraps, where we send all of our trucks to get wrapped. And no, you don't have to go so bold. There are plenty of other ways to wrap your truck or get color into it without changing the body color. Now that our green Goblin truck is done, it's our turn to work on the truck, which means step 2.
Step 1, complete. We've got all sorts of lighting. We got bright color on the truck. That's gonna lead us into step 2. Step 2, be heard. Audio is a great move, whether it be bed speakers, a custom sub enclosure built underneath the seat. Now on our specific Silverado we have here, it does have a 10-inch somewhere under the back seat, so exhaust. Exhaust is probably one of the greatest ways to be heard. A loud, obnoxious exhaust that doesn't drone while you're driving is a great way to modify your vehicle. This happens to be a 3-liter Duramax with full emissions. We're not doing exhaust. Train horns. They're kind of the best way to be heard. Are they loud and obnoxious? Absolutely. But is it also really worth the money to mess with your buddies and scare the shit out of them with them? Absolutely. So, that is what we'll be doing on our Silverado here. And here is what we're gonna end up going with. So this is gonna be the HornBlasters spare tire delete kit. It starts out with their Shocker XL horn kit, which is these 4 chimes here, a 2-gallon tank, their 3Q compressor, and it all gets mounted to this universal spare tire delete bracket. So all of this bolts to this, gets sucked up, replaces our factory spare tire, which is absolutely useless now, and they come with all the wiring, all the hardware, everything we need. So I am going to put all of this together here on the bracket, and then we'll throw it up in the truck. This is actually a really easy kit. We've done a couple of these. We've never done a video, I don't think, on them. They're a great kit. HornBlasters are a very well-known company, especially in the train horn industry. So excited to put this together and show you guys what we got. All right guys, so we got our train horn kit pre-built here. It gets a little tricky because all of the air lines do need to be equal length going to the horns, so we had to get creative there. We got a lot of loops. On these, I like to have everything be able to disconnect right at the train horn bracket so that to take it out of the truck if it needs to be serviced or anything like that, can easily go underneath there, unplug everything right there and drop it instead of running our wires all the way up. We're to a point now where we can actually test fit it in the truck. We'll see where we need to put our bump mounts and then a lot of wiring. A little bit of wiring complete. We're done with step 2. We've got the most obnoxious way to be heard, but hey, you're gonna hear it. Let's bring the whiteboard back and see what step 3 has in store for us. All right, we've added train horns to our truck, and now we have exhausted just about every accessory you could possibly think of to add to your vehicle. So once you've done all of those, what could we possibly have for step 3? There's only one thing left. Be bigger. We're going with a bigger lift, bigger wheels, and bigger tires. Bigger lift, going from a 6-inch to a 9-inch. We're gonna pull out the 6-inch BDS to make room for all the bigger stuff. Now, since we're taking it off just to go bigger, there's nothing wrong with the kit, there's nothing wrong with the wheels and tires. We can clean them up, sell them, pay off what you just did in your upgrade, or use it for more upgrades down the road. It's basically free money is what I'm getting at. We might be buying control arms. I don't know how to fix that. It's spun inside the cam.
Oh, I can feel it. It's gross.
There. That was a close call. This is what pure neglect looks like. Look at this. I've taken BDS kits off that were old, and I've never seen this much powder failure. Like, this is not a powder coat BDS failure. This is purely neglect in poor conditions. Extremely poor conditions. The condition of that bushing sums up what the entire underside of this truck looks like right now. And because we already had a lift in this, we got everything taken out. It's already pre-cut. There's not a lot we have to do, but there are a few things that we need to address before that the BDS kit didn't need that now going to a 9-inch McGaughys we're gonna have to do. So let's get into that, start getting this kit thrown in the truck. So we're immediately running into an issue. Our BDS kit had a new bracket with a new piece of hardware to bolt the diff in. Our McGaughys kit actually wants to use the factory hardware, which we no longer have. Big difference is BDS bolt is 4.5 inches long, factory bolt was 7.5 inches long. So we're a little short, but nothing a trip to the hardware store can't solve, so we'll get a new bolt for that and be on our way. All right, so here is our new lift kit. This is the 9-inch McGaughys SS kit, which stands for stainless steel. So you'll see all of these parts have stainless steel inserts, upper control arms, our front compression struts, and our cross member is also going to have stainless inserts. These are all going to be a nice gloss black powder coat, skid plate. Everything is in a really nice high-end finish. Now this kit is actually adjustable from 7 all the way to 9.5 inches. The way they're gonna achieve that in the front is we got our new McGaughys struts. Every spacer we add is gonna add a 1/2 inch of lift. These are actually gonna go underneath our factory coil spring. The more we compress it, the more lift we get. Ooh. Wow. How did anything even get added?
Just how crusty the top center bolt is from being completely encapsulated in a top hat.
So we're gonna leave all of these in. We're gonna run 9.5 inches in the front. We've got our new front and rear cross members, our new skid plate. We hung our factory lower control arms that we just hit with some gloss black spray paint so they didn't look so rusty and crusty compared to this nice brand new lift kit. Out back here, we actually have the compression. These are called compression struts. Some people just think they're called front tracker bars. All these are is to stabilize, because this is such a large drop, that this gives it some stability in the front end. A lot of companies claim it's for off-road use, but it's really just to stabilize these big drop cross members so you don't get any movement in the front suspension. And we got our McGaughys upper control arms installed as well. So. And then out back, we've got our standard lift blocks. What a pile of shit. And then we've got some leaf plates is basically what they are. So these are actually gonna go underneath the overload and sit on top of the block, like so, to give us that extra little bit of lift that we need. So this is gonna go underneath our leaf pack, underneath our overload, stack these up, giving us 9 inches of lift in the rear. Aside from that, you know, we've got our standard U-bolts. Now these are all gonna be clear zinc plated, so you don't have the yellow zinc, you don't have a weird gold, but they do have at least a little bit of corrosion protection on them. We got our blocks, we got our U-bolts. Next step is our rear shocks. Now these are McGaughys branded shocks. We just peeled off the stickers because McGaughys colors are red and white, and their stickers are red. And you don't have to go very far with your imagination to understand what red stickers on a green truck's gonna look like. So we'll get some green ones made for it. For right now, while we're doing the install, they're not branded, but they do say McGaughys on it, I promise. All right, so last night we finished up the rear part of our lift kit. Today, we're back up front. Our struts have been soaking overnight. They're still very rusty, but hopefully they got enough in them that they'll come apart fairly decent, because this needs to go on this today. So it's gonna be fun. All right guys, so we've got the struts in, the knuckles in, upper drums, everything's together as far as the front suspension is concerned. There's a few things we'll tighten once it's on the ground, but for the most part, we've got that together. Now, you probably saw us putting in these new wheel lights. Not technically part of the build, he already had those, but again, from pure neglect. The wheel lights that were not working, so we're replacing them while we're in here. But now we've got a few things left to tackle. Because this is a 3-liter Duramax, we've got some fuel lines that run right where the front drive shaft is gonna wanna go with our lift kit. So McGaughys gives us a bracket to drop that down. And then similar to what we did in the rear with the rear drive shaft, we've actually got a front drive shaft spacer as well. So we actually have to pull this stock one out, change some things, and we'll go from there. The only thing left to do is put wheels on this truck, get it on the ground, and throw our traction bars on. Obviously, we got our traction bar kit back from powder coat, gloss black to match the rest of the kit. We pre-assembled it with our stainless steel inserts, put all our bushings in, mocked everything up. Now to get it back on the truck, first things we're gonna have to do, we reuse the factory U-bolt saddles temporarily. So now we're gonna have to pull each saddle off one at a time, replace it with our traction bar saddle. So this will just replace that, mount to the bottom of our axle. Then we can mock in our traction bar and then our front mount here, which we'll then be able to mark our holes, drill our frame, put our nut certs in, and then assemble everything again. These traction bars, they match the kit beautifully. They work really, really well. So what you do is you set a little bit of like preload on them so that when you do have axle wrap, they'll smack and lock, but they can float for going down the road, so it's not really, you know, making that rear rigid. They got a little bit of play in them. They want to take this to a show today, so we got a lot to do. Let's get into it. Bigger wheels. We're going from a 22 by 12 to a 26 by 14. And for tires, 35 by 12.5. We're going, are they 14 and a half? I was trying to think of the second number, that's why. Or are they 15 and a half? I think they're 37 15.5s. 37 14.5s. We can finally see what it looks like 6-inch compared to 9-inch.
One last finishing touch on the truck here. The owner of this truck is part of our power sports division, and that means this truck is hooked to a trailer most of its life. This bigger lift means we're gonna need a bigger drop hitch. Gen Y is gonna come to the rescue. This is a very heavy duty hitch, which is why we run Gen Y on all of our trucks. Not only are they super heavy built, but more importantly, the finish on their products can easily be stripped off and powder coated to whatever color you want. So in the future, if we're feeling up to more modifications, this hitch can quickly become the same color as the rest of the truck. With all the modifications finally put on and the truck back on the ground, it's time to take it to Chicago and show it off at our Enthusiast Showcase. Taking our newly built truck to this show proved exactly why we built this the way we did. The wrap making it impossible to miss. The HornBlasters made sure you heard it coming. And the lift put us above the crowd. Literally. 3 steps and we stood out. Let's go over them one more time so you can do it with your truck.
All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap up our refresh on this 21 Silverado 1500 here. To reference back to our whiteboard, be seen. Well, I think the sparkly green wrap done by our buddy Jordan down at FX nails that one. Be heard. Well, the stealth train horn system, if you can't hear that coming, you might need to get your hearing checked. HornBlasters hooked us up there. Be bigger. 26 by 14 ARKON Forged, 37 14.5 Furies, all courtesy of a 9-inch McGaughys lift kit. We are definitely bigger. So remember, guys, your truck's never actually done, and we've got all the parts to keep your build going at CustomOffsets.com.